Hey guys, what's up? In this video, we're going to go through the pantry, we're gonna clean it out, we're gonna organize it, and we're gonna also think of things to make with the stuff that I want to use in the pantry that's either going bad or that I just keep forgetting about and I need that push to use it up. You know what I'm saying? And you might be like, oh, didn't you already organize your pantry in a video? Maybe so, but you gotta keep doing it because number one, you just have to, I don't know, spring cleaning, I don't know. But also because you can forget what's back in there. You can like lose things. You have to take everything out and look at everything, put it back in so that you can see everything and don't lose things. Then you can find things. Anyways, let's get into the video. Okay, so starting with the top shelf, the can rack shelf, because it's the only shelf in the whole kitchen that the can rack fits on because it's so big. Considered getting rid of it and getting a smaller one because I never seem to completely fill it up. But you know what? We find more purpose for it today, so I'm not getting rid of it. I'm also putting a post-it note on the door so I can write down anything that's expiring or expired to remind me to use it, and it's right in the pantry so we'll see it. It's eye level. I'm putting everything in the can rack and I'm kind of trying to categorize it so that nothing gets lost in there. So I'm doing like a section for tomato products, an area for canned vegetables, canned beans, etc., canned fruit. The only canned fruit thing I have right now, oh, well, I have jackfruit, I guess. Don't ask me why I have so much jackfruit. Oh, pumpkin's also a fruit, I guess. Well, anyways, so I have some pineapple juice that my aunt gave me because she gave me this alcohol, I think it's for vodka, where you like infuse the vodka, you know, and you're supposed to make drinks with pineapple juice. So I was writing down things that were expiring, but also writing down like things I want to use soon because I'm just forgetting about them, or like ideas that I had for different items that I was finding in the pantry that I had forgotten about. Just writing that as I go. I think it was really helpful. Just having it right there, and also it's going to be right there in the pantry every time I go in there. And now we're going to the next shelf, which is the baking ingredients shelf. I have this little turntable that I really like that has separate removable baskets or bins. The only thing is that the bins are kind of abnormal shapes, obviously, so it can be kind of hard to fit stuff into them. You know, there's like a lot of wasted space. It's not the most efficient product, but I try to categorize things again so that it's easier to just find things, or like I can take out one bin and it kind of fits a purpose, you know? So I have one bin that's like sprinkles and food coloring. I have one that's baking soda and vanilla, or baking powder. I have 2 baking powders and it really bothers me, but I don't bake enough, so I can't seem to get through the first one. And then the other one, just miscellaneous, just this, I don't even remember getting agar. I should be using it, right? That's stupid. I have all these little bags that I kind of want to put them into jars or something. I just tend to like jars better. I think you can see things better, and I like when things are better sealed, you know? I don't know why I'm putting the stuffing in here, the stuffing mix. I move it later because it doesn't fit in this area. I think it was just the same size bag as those other bags. I have my large jars for flowers, which I love. I also put baking soda into a jar because I don't like the box that it comes in. It seems so unsealed. And then I also put cornstarch in a jar because I hate getting cornstarch out of that little bag, you know? And it just puffs everywhere. So I just keep cornstarch in a jar. But make sure if you put things in jars to write the expiration dates down, either somewhere else where you can easily find it or on the jar itself. And then I'm going to the next aisle, which is like cooking ingredients. Grains, rice, pasta, noodles, legumes, things of that sort. Dry ingredients, yeah. Oh, I put that big bag of jasmine rice into the bin. Oh, and then I'm showing you this Calrose rice that I'm going to put into something else soon. So you see this shelf right here that I'm removing. Through this video, I'm realizing I don't love the product as much as I thought I did. Oh, and I'm combining this jasmine rice with the other jasmine rice. Initially, I thought those undershelf things were so cool. I was like, oh, look at this added storage, but they really should only be used for taller shelves that have like empty space above the items. You know, if you have a shelf that there's just empty open space above the items that you have in the shelf, those undershelf things would be great. But for me, they just kind of like cast a shadow on everything else in the shelf and make it harder to see everything in there. And they also just make it more crammed. So I would forget about all those jars that I had of all those legumes and grains because they were just like, you couldn't see them. So I wanted to bring them more forward so I can be more inspired to cook with them. You know, I'm testing out the shelf in other places, okay, but I'll just let you know right now, spoiler alert, it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. So I'm gonna be getting rid of these. They'll work for someone else who lives in some place with taller shelves, because none of the shelves in this whole apartment are tall. But yeah, so we're rearranging the baked goods area, but it's all for naught. I have these little boxes of silken tofu that are just sitting here. I rearrange all of this, so honestly, like, but anyways, now I'm finding a better or another purpose for the can rack and another place for these jars. And also, my hair is not oily. I had showered, so it's wet. They only fit on the top of the can rack. And you know, it's still not the absolute best place, because yes, I cannot see all of them at once, you know? It'd be the perfect place for them would be somewhere where I could see them all at once, but I just don't have that right now. But at least I can see them. It reminds me that there's stuff up there that I need to use. And at least they're dry ingredients, so it's not like they're, you know, perishable quickly. And yes, now we're going down to what used to be snack shelf number 1 and making it, well, it's like half snack, half cooking ingredients, like snack overflow. But anyways, I have these big bins and little bins. Big baskets, little baskets. The big baskets, these wire baskets, they are nice because they have all this open space, so they're not that heavy even when they're full of stuff, and you can kind of see stuff in them better. But they also don't work for small items because they just fall through the empty space, you know? I used to just use them for snacks, but now I'm using one for cooking ingredients, so like loose boxes and bags and stuff. I'm also using this little basket for just noodles and pasta. So I'm trying to like categorize things, as you can see. So I have that basket that's just noodles and pasta, and then I have this area to the left that's just rice, so I put the minute rice over there, so it's in the rice section. And then I have this little plastic bin that I don't really like the shape or size of it, but I just have it, so I'm gonna use it. I'm trying to not buy organization items unless I thrift them from now on, because I regret a lot of the organization purchases that I've made in the past. But yeah, I'm using that little bin for just bars / other kinds of similarly shaped snacks. And then on the very bottom, I wanted to put more stuff down there, but I don't like food related stuff on the ground. So I bought this drawer thing from Target so that I could still put food down there and not feel gross about it. Usually in that shelf is just like ramen or other kind of like snacky kind of foods or junky kind of foods, or just overflow. I'm going to put a new post-it note on the door because I need one to write ideas on. Because so far I just have like items that I want to use on here, but now I need to write like what to do with those items, you know? So let's look at what's on the list. There's a lot of things on the list because I don't do anything. I don't branch out. I don't even cook that much, to be honest with you. But that's why we do these kinds of things. Like, I'm very lazy. So like me doing videos is a way for me to push myself to cook, step out of my comfort zone, prep, get stuff done, you know? And then the video that comes out of that serves that purpose for you guys, you know? You guys watch YouTube videos to motivate you to do stuff. I make the YouTube videos to make me do the stuff, you know? So everybody's just benefiting, and that's like a great thing. Anyways, so first thing on the list, we got some jackfruit that did expire, but if you Google anything about like canned goods and expiration dates, they're like mean nothing. I mean, a lot of expiration dates mean nothing. A lot of other expiration dates definitely do mean something. Canned goods seem to be like the least important expiration dates from my research. Anyways, okay, so jackfruit that is expired, but this has just been in here forever because I do not cook with jackfruit. I just don't. I don't have a problem. I like jackfruit when other people prepare it, but I never can motivate myself to cook it because I'm like, even if I like make the jackfruit taste so good and taste meaty or whatever, I still have to like prepare some other protein for the meal, you know what I mean? Because jackfruit isn't really a protein. I'm sure it has nutrients of its own, but it's like, it's not super filling. Like if I made jackfruit tacos, I'd still want to like have beans on the side. So then in my brain, I'm like, well, why don't I just have bean tacos, you know? But I do like jackfruit, so I was like, maybe I could prep all of this and season it and cook it or whatever, and then freeze it, like to use in future meals or something, or just to like throw into like soup. I don't know, but I do want to do something with jackfruit. So we'll write down jackfruit ×2. I mean, or I could just cook it and eat it this week, but I just would like to cook it all kind of and like have it in the fridge. Maybe we could like add it to like when I make like little rolled tacos for the air fryer or something like that. We could add it to quesadillas. That'd be good. You know, that makes me think it would be great if Chipotle, because Chipotle is kind of experimenting with different things. They came out with that soy, what was it? Was it soy rizo or like, I don't remember, whatever protein they came out with, and then it wasn't successful. They should do a jackfruit thing, because I would order that, like with the beans. I'm already talking way too much. Okay, next thing. Pineapple juice. You know, that drink that I showed, that's very summery, but I need like friends to drink it with, so I need to like see if people even want to do something. I'll write it down. I'll try to see if people, I'll ask around, you know? Okay, so pineapple juice, vodka. Now, Xmas sprinkles. I wrote these down because they expire in August of this year. I could save them till Christmas, but then they'd be expired. But would it really matter? I feel like they're not gonna hurt you, but they could get like stale, you know? Oh, they already kind of seem stale. To be honest with you, I don't really like these. They're like really, really crunchy. Like they kind of seem like they're stale already. I am honestly just gonna toss them. I'm so sorry. Sometimes you just gotta let things go, you know what I'm saying? Okay, food coloring that expired in June of last year. How big of a deal is that? Oh, it's not even opened yet. What do you guys think? Best if used by. That's another thing too. Think about if it says best if used by or used by, because used by is a little bit more important than best if used by. Okay, so yeah, I have some food coloring. What could I do with food coloring? Let's think about it. Let's think about it. I don't know, but I'm just gonna write down food coloring, bake something, question mark. I did want to do a video soon where it's like I just bake stuff all week. Like I just like try to be a better baker and make different things. So I could do something with that. But anyways, moving on. Agar that expired in October because I didn't even know that I had it. And that's why you need to look through your pantry and your fridge. You need to clean stuff out, like get all the way to the back, like take everything out and look at it. Because I don't even remember buying this. I did not realize I had this. It's unopened. The fact that it's unopened makes me feel like it's fine. But the problem is that it has like a particular function that needs to happen, you know what I mean? Potentially, if it's expired significantly, it might not be able to do the function. So I will do some Googling because I would like to use it. In this here basket, we have some random pantry items, and I have some almond flour that expired in March, which I'm not worried about at all. That's not very long ago. For like dry things, you know, I wouldn't worry about it necessarily. Also, it says Best Buy. So Best Buy March of 2023, I will use it. And I think what I want to do is maybe make healthy cookie dough with it. Or I saw this recipe for this like chocolate blackout cake or whatever that used almond flour. We got the xanthan gum, which I don't know if it expired because the freaking expiration date is rubbed off, but it might be September 2023. It might be, and I'm kind of going to assume. But I will do some research on xanthan gum because I don't even know what to use it for. So let me write down agar and xanthan, and I'm just writing down that I need to research. But some of these things were like from when my brother and sister-in-law were moving and they didn't want to take all their pantry stuff, so they gave a lot to me. But then like I don't really know what to do with some of the stuff because it's not stuff that I usually buy, and then I'm also just too lazy to like look it up. So but we're gonna do that now. Okay, and then what's next? We're moving through the list, guys. Come on. Okay, Faro. I'm not sure. This stuff. Come on. I don't know anything about it. It expired in January. Yep. So I gotta use it. But it's unopened, and it's also Best Buy January, so, you know, I gotta look it up. Look it up. And next we have cornmeal expired in March. I can make cornbread, that's for sure. Cornmeal, cornbread. Oh, you know what? Oh my gosh. I can make corn dogs because I actually have vegan hot dogs in the freezer. So I really should do that. Corn dogs. that makes me really excited as well because I love corn dogs. So maybe I will do that. And then ground mix you say, what is that? Oh, they expire in May. These, both of them? Oof. Okay, well, that's not as much of a rush, but I should use them anyways, so we could do something with these. I can make breakfast burritos. I have some ingredients for that. And mesquite chili. I can make this with cornbread. Honestly, I feel like I could use it for something like tacos. Or like burrito bowls maybe. It's just mesquite flavor, you know, and I feel like someone commented that these aren't even that like flavorful, like you still kind of have to add your own stuff. So, oh, they give you a recipe for chili. That's nice. Maybe I'll make some chili. Honestly, meatless mix. Burritos, parentheses, breakfast, chili, tacos. I'm not that into the concept of chili. You know what I mean? That doesn't really get me excited. I gotta pair it with like cornbread or like having it on fries, like chili cheese fries. Next, minute rice. You know what? I really don't care for minute rice. The only reason why you'd want minute rice is because it's convenient, right? But like, I can't really microwave it because the microwave is not big enough to hold a big bowl. I feel like when I've tried to microwave minute rice, it just like no matter how big of a bowl you use, it just boils over. Anybody else? When you have a rice cooker, I feel like it's just not worth it to do the minute rice. Like you would just make rice. Like it's not that hard, you know what I mean? It would only be useful if it's like you really needed rice like right now. Like I need to hurry up and get this rice. It also kind of freaks me out that it's just like open in there. It's just open. But you can rinse it, you know, so I could just rinse it. I think I'll just make rice. I can make burrito bowls and use the rice and use the meatless mix and maybe even some jackfruit, potentially. Really, it's like if I just make the rice, I'll eat it, you know what I mean? If the rice is there, I will eat it. Minute rice. Just make it. Period. Okay, stuffing mix. I don't know what to do with stuffing mix other than have it as stuffing. But I think I thought like, oh, aren't they just like croutons? Oh yeah. I think I'll make a salad. Oh, the dried chickpeas. Dried chickpeas. They are right here. I want to make hummus. Chickpeas, and I already have tahinis, and I just love hummus, and now I can eat crunchy things again, so that's fun. So I have some mung beans, and I was thinking, you know, Just Egg is made from mung beans. A lot of people make mung bean eggs from scratch, but then I realized that that's actually using yellow split mung beans, and these are the green whole mung beans. So, but I googled it, and there's a lot of green mung bean curries, or moong dal, I think, which look good. So I should do that. And maybe I can eat it with the minute rice that I'm going to definitely make. Okay. I have also some shiitake mushrooms. I bought dried mushrooms for the convenience, right? Because I was like, oh, they'll just stay in there forever and I can use them whenever I want. But really they just stay in there forever and I forget about them. And every time I want to use them, I'm like, oh no, I don't have time. Like I don't want to wait 30 minutes to let them soak or whatever. So I kind of think maybe I should like soak them all so they're hydrated again and then freeze them. Maybe even like season them and stuff and then freeze them, because I feel like that would make me use them a lot more, because then I could just pop them in the air fryer, which I've done before, and they're delicious. But if they're dry, then it's like, okay, I have to like soak, I have to remember in advance to soak them and then cook them. So thinking about maybe doing that. So dry shiitake, prep and freeze. I have this mystery grain, lots of it, and I don't know what it is. I believe that it is, wait, I wrote it down somewhere. I think it's millet. I need to Google it again. There's another one that my brother and sister-in-law had and gave to me, and I even asked them what it was, and then I forgot again. So I think this is millet. If not, we'll find out. But I have a bunch of it, and I have to use it. Millet. Look it up. Oh, and another mystery grain is this, and I think this is amaranth, maybe. This may or may not be amaranth. And I also don't know what to do with that. So we will be doing some research. Okay, also popcorn kernels, easy. We gotta make some popcorn. This is not much at all though. So like this is like one serving, I feel like, if even. Yeah, I have some stasher bags and I've heard that you can make popcorn in the stasher bag in the microwave. So I would love to try that. Okay, so popcorn, stasher, green peas. I have some green peas. Love to make a split pea soup. Split peas soup. Ooh, maybe a soup with grilled cheese. That sounds good. I've never done that. I don't know why, that just sounded good. Okay, and then the last thing on the list is marshmallows. And you know, I actually have some graham crackers right now, so I could make some like s'mores cookies with graham crackers. And I love how I could just make s'mores, but my mind goes to s'mores cookies. But they're mini marshmallows, so I guess that makes more sense anyways. Yeah, they look kind of like old. Well, they are expired, but not much. They just expired. So I'm going to make s'mores cookies. Marshmallow and cracker peas. Also included in that, my problem. I have 4 bags of peppermint dandies. Don't even ask. I don't know what to do. I feel like I could make something chocolate mint. So I want to make it like only slightly minty so that more people will eat it. But also with 4 bags of the marshmallows, I don't know how I can make it only slightly minty. You know, like how much of this thing am I going to have to make it a subtle mint? I don't know. Maybe we could just make a bunch of cookies. I could make chocolate mint cookies, which I've done before. Double chocolate chip mint cookies. Or brownies with marshmallows in them. But I've never had very much success with vegan brownies. We'll see, but I want to do that. So, mint marshmallow, choco mint cookies. Okay, my handwriting looks horrible. And that's everything. That is everything. I did it all. I can cross it all out. And now we have these Post-it notes. I don't know why I've never done this before. I wrote things on Post-it notes and left it in the pantry. So it's just here, you know? Just reference it whenever. Okay, so I have a bunch of things to make. I'm gonna make something with jackfruit. Either prep it. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to prep it. I can't eat those 2 cans this week. Jackfruit, pineapple juice, food coloring, maybe bake something. Almond flour, make something healthy. That's everything. I guess. For now. All right. And that's everything for this video, guys. Thank you for watching all the way through. Appreciate it. Love you guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And see you in the next one. Oh, I can't close it. I was gonna end the video by closing this, but I can't close it. The camera's in the way. Here we go.